The Lady or the Tiger. Long ago, in the very olden time, there lived a powerful king. Some of his ideas were open-minded, but others caused people to suffer. One of the king's ideas was using the public arena to carry out justice. Crime was punished, or innocence was decided by the result of chance. When a person was accused of a crime, his future would be judged in the public arena. All the people would gather in this building. The king sat high up on a chair. He gave a sign. A door under him would open. The accused person stepped out into the arena. Directly opposite the king were two doors. They were side by side, exactly alike. The person on trial had to walk directly to these doors and open one of them. He could open whichever door he pleased. If the accused man opened one door, out came a hungry tiger, the fiercest in the land. The tiger immediately jumped on him and tore him to pieces as retribution for his guilt. The case of the suspect was thus decided, and the people, with heads hanging low and sad hearts, slowly made their way home. They mourned greatly that one so young and fair, or so old and respected, should have died in such dire circumstances. But if the accused opened the other door, there came forth from it a woman, chosen especially for the person, and the people would be exuberant and celebrate. To this lady he was immediately married in honor of his innocence. It was not considered that he might already have a wife, or that he might love another. The king permitted nothing to interfere with his great method of punishment and reward. This was the king's system of carrying out justice. It was fair and impartial. The accused person could not know which door was hiding the lady. He opened either as he pleased, without knowing whether in the next minute he was to be killed or married. Sometimes the fierce animal came out of one door, sometimes it came out of the other. The king had a beautiful daughter who he loved above all else. The princess secretly loved a young man who was the best looking, most genial, and bravest in the land. But he was a commoner, not part of a royal or important family. One day, the king discovered the relationship between his daughter and the young man. The man was immediately put in prison. A day was set for his trial in the king's public arena. This, of course, was an especially important event. Never before had a common subject been brave enough to aspire to love the daughter of the king. The day of the trial arrived. From far and near, the people gathered in the arena and outside its walls. The king was in his place, opposite the two doors. All was ready. The sign was given. The door under the king opened, and the lover of the princess entered the arena. From the day it was decided that the sentence of her lover should be decided in the arena, she had thought of nothing but this event. The princess had done what no other person had been able to do. She had learned the secret of the doors. She knew behind which door stood the tiger, and behind which waited the lady. Gold, and the power of a woman's will, had helped her procure the secret. She also knew who the lady was. The lady was one of the loveliest in the kingdom. Now and then the princess had seen her looking at and talking to the young man. The princess hated the woman behind that silent door. She fervently hated her with all the intensity of the blood passed through her through long lines of cruel ancestors. Her lover turned to look at the princess. His eye met hers as she sat there, and he saw that she knew behind which door waited the tiger, and behind which stood the lady. He had expected her to know it. He was sure of her allegiance to him. Then his quick, intense look asked the question, "Which?" The princess raised her hand and made a short, quick movement toward the right. No one but her lover saw it. Every eye but his was fixed on him in the arena. He turned, and with a firm and quick step, he walked across the empty space. Every heart stopped beating. Every breath was held. Every eye was fixed upon that man. He went to the door on the right and opened it. Now, the point of the story is this. Did the tiger come out of that door, or did the lady? The more we think about this question, the harder it is to answer. It involves a study of the human heart. Think of that hot-blooded princess, her soul at a white heat under the fires of sadness and jealousy. She had lost him, but who should have him? How often in her waking hours and in her dreams had she started up in wild terror and covered her face with her hands? She thought of her lover opening the door on the other side of which waited the sharp teeth of the tiger. But how much oftener had she seen him open the other door in her mind? How she had ground her teeth and torn her hair when she imagined his happy face as he opened the door of the lady. How her soul had burned in pain when she had seen him run to meet that woman with her look of victory, when she had seen the two of them get married, and when she had seen them walk away together upon their path of flowers, followed by the happy shouts of the crowd, in which her one sad cry was lost. Would it not be better for him to die quickly, and to go wait for her in that blessed place of the future? And yet, that tiger, those cries, that blood. Her decision had been shown quickly, but it had been made after days and nights of deliberation. She had known she would be asked, and she had decided what she would answer, and she had moved her hand to the right. The question of her decision is one not to be lightly considered, and it is not for me to set myself up as the one person able to answer it, and so I leave it with all of you. Which came out of the open door, the lady or the tiger?